Pompeo's trip to the Philippines, like the summit in Hanoi, served an important purpose: to annoy the Chinese Communist Party. Specifically, Pompeo said the U.S. would back the Philippines in the event of any armed attack in the South China Sea, based on their mutual defense treaty. An armed attack by no country in particular. But for some reason, the Chinese Communist Party was not happy about what Pompeo said. That's why they brought out their most dangerous foreign ministry spokesman, Liu Kang. Sorry, other Liu Kang. Yeah.
China and the countries around the South China Sea are working hard to protect peace and stability in the region. So if countries outside the region, like the United States, really want to consider the peace, tranquility, and well-being of people in the region, then they shouldn't make trouble out of nothing and incite trouble.
Turns out, trouble out of nothing is a bit of an understatement. This is the South China Sea. Trillions of dollars of international shipping run through these waters. It's also home to untapped natural gas and oil reserves. So it may not be too surprising that China claims everything within this 9-dash line, even though there are other countries in the region. The Chinese Communist Party has been taking submerged reefs in the sea and transforming them into man-made islands that just happen to have military bases with missile launchers. That's led to conflict with a lot of countries surrounding the South China Sea, including the Philippines. Now, the comments by U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo are important because he's the first U.S. official to specifically affirm that the U.S. military would back the Philippines in the South China Sea in about 20 years. Yes, the last time a U.S. official stated that the South China Sea was covered by the Mutual Defense Treaty was back in 1999, during tensions with, you guessed it, China. The Mutual Defense Treaty was signed in 1951. It basically says if the Philippines or the United States were ever attacked by a third party, the one would help the other out. But the treaty has language that specified that it applied to attacks in the Pacific. So the question was, did the South China Sea count as part of the Pacific? And that's one reason why, at the end of 2018, the Philippine Defense Secretary, Delfin Lorenzana, called for a review of the treaty. He was concerned the U.S. was too vague about whether they would back the Philippines in a territorial dispute in the South China Sea. He also cited how in 1992, the U.S. military pulled its base out of the Philippines. Soon after, Mr. Lorenzana said, the Chinese began encroaching on territory well within what international law now considers Philippine waters. The U.S. did not stop it. So why did the U.S. pull its base out of the Philippines? Because it was forced to. The Philippine government rejected U.S. plans to renew the lease, so the U.S. had no choice. At the time, there was a popular sentiment that it was time to end an American military presence in the Philippines. Guess who else liked that idea? The Chinese Communist Party. Now, Pompeo's comments are part of a surprising trend. You may have heard that President Trump thinks U.S. allies are making billions screwing us, that the U.S. pays for their defense and they give nothing back. The Trump administration has become a staunch supporter of South Korea and Japan defense, and now it seems the Philippines is solidly included in that.
Am I the reason you get stoned every week now? Build up integrity, got you texting, emailing me, wanting me to feel with you. Baby, just face reality, move on. Sometimes it's hard to face reality.